Hey guys, welcome back to Gardening Young. I know it's been a minute since I've seen you guys. I'm so glad to be back and doing videos again, but I just thought that it would be fun to do my little back video as a garden tour, because this is one of my favorite videos to film, and the garden is doing amazing this year. So many new things have happened since the last time you guys have seen it, which was a long time ago, but now it is spring of 2023, and I am so excited to show you guys everything that's going on in the garden, because I'm so excited. We've done some new things to improve it, and I can't wait to show you guys. So let's get into it. So if you're new here, my name's Anna Grace. I grow in Zone 7B in my small backyard garden, and I'm so glad that you are joining us. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thanks for coming, and I am so excited for you guys to see the new and improved garden this year. I think this is definitely one of my better seasons, and I'm so excited to show you guys everything. So without further ado, let's just hop right into this garden tour. Okay, so first change on our new things is I have a new garden gate, and there's new fencing. If you go back to my old videos, you will see it looks very different from what it did look like. So I have new fencing, higher fencing, and a new gate that I absolutely love. I'm obsessed with it. I think it looks so clean and pretty. If you've seen me before in my old vlogs, you know that I have a problem with my dogs getting into my garden, and I just needed to completely redo my fence. So my fence is all new, this new gate is new, and I think it's really been working to keep the dogs out. We haven't had a dog get in yet. I have had a squirrel come in and like dig little holes in my garden, but they haven't destroyed anything yet. So I'm just hoping and praying that no squirrels will get in. But yeah, so I'm so glad that none of the dogs have gotten in. I think they're kind of getting the point to not get into my garden, and they're not allowed. So that's really good, but everything's growing so well, and all the dogs are out, so I'm really excited about that. Okay, so if you walk right into the garden, if you turn left, we have this container that I planted zinnias in. It has the mazurka zinnia and the illumination zinnia. They're two pink zinnias, and I grew zinnias last year and loved them, and made little bouquets, so I'm super excited about that. And then in this bed, my square raised bed, I have squash. So right here we have crookneck squash. Right here we have black beauty zucchini, and right here we have Ford Hook zucchini. Last year, I really did not grow any zucchini or squash or anything, but I did at the farmer's market get several zucchini and squash, and that was one of our favorite things to eat. Like, we loved it. And so I'm hoping to grow that now, so that I don't have to spend that money at the farmer's market to buy those, because we would literally buy those weekly and eat it all throughout the summer. Like, we loved it. I cook it multiple different ways, but I'm super excited. Last year I literally had no squash or zucchini in my garden, and this year it's doing really, really good, and I have several plants, so I'm super excited to see how much zucchini and squash I can get out of this one bed. Then over here we have my beautiful 5-tier green stalk. I have some purple opal basil. This is my first time growing this, and it's just beautiful. And then in this tier, just this one tier, I have Marketmore 76 all around this tier. And then the rest of this, it's a cucumber, by the way, if you didn't know that. And then the rest of the tier is bush beans. So I'm really excited about that. Everything's doing well. I didn't plant the beans that long ago, so the beans aren't sprouted. But the cucumbers have started to sprout, and they're doing really, really good. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this green stalk is going to do. This is a new addition to my garden this year. This raised bed, me and my grandpa actually built this out of scrap wood, and I really love the look of it. I think it's beautiful, as well as I've kind of used this this bed as like a ornamental flower pollinator, along with some herbs kind of vibe, almost like a cottage garden, but like in one square bed. That's kind of what I was going for. So right here we have some just regular Genovese basil. Over here, this is the lettuce leaf basil variety, and then I have the lemon basil right there, and then I have the Gypsy Sunshine Marigolds. That's what you see right here, and then right here I have some bachelor's button planted, and over there in the corner I have that a lemon queen sunflower planted. It doesn't look amazing, as you can see, so I don't know how well that's gonna do, but I had a sunflower last year and it was beautiful, so I'm really excited to see if that will do something. If not, I might just replant. And then I did plant some spotted bee balm right here, but nothing's come up, so I don't know if anything will, but we're just crossing our fingers. And then as you come over here to our big raised bed, I think this is actually the most planted bed. I've literally planted, it feels like, almost every square inch of this bed, because it really does get the most sunlight, so I wanted to just produce as much as I could out of this one bed was my goal. So one thing to note about my tomatoes this year is actually I didn't start any of these tomatoes. I did start a lot of my things, but none of my tomatoes at all are started from me. I actually had to go buy tomatoes from the garden store because all of mine died. I don't know, they got some kind of disease in my basement. I have no clue how. I don't know if it was from the soil or what it was, but none of them just did really good and didn't make it. So all of these are kind of, they are heirloom varieties, but they're very unknown to me. Like, I've never grown any of these varieties. So it's gonna be a fun little experiment to see how a bunch of these varieties do. I do know what ones are slicers and what ones are tomatoes. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how they do, because I did look it up before I even bought the tomatoes. So yeah. Okay, so back to the big raised bed. Down this row is my slicer tomatoes. So I'm really excited about this. I think these two are the pineapple Hawaiian variety slicer. It's like a, I think it's like a, as far as I know, it's like an orange red kind of ombre variety. Then these two are called Moonglow, another slicer tomato, and this one right here is called Mortgage Lifter tomato. So that's what all these are. And then I have another lettuce leaf basil here, and then down through the front I have muncher cucumbers. And then in between my tomatoes, I have nasturtiums. So that's what's going on in this front part. And then down the middle of this bed, like under the trellis, is Antigua bush beans. And you guys are probably like, oh, it's the peppers and the tomatoes are gonna block out the sunlight. Well, beans are not, are okay with a little bit of shade, and they'll still get sunlight. I think it'll be still fine. If not, well, too late for that now. But I think it'll be fine, because if you look on this side, it still has a lot of sunlight, and then once the tomatoes grow up even more, and I clip off the bottom leaves, the sunlight will come through in the bottom. So I think it'll do fine, and it's always an experiment, so if not, that's okay. We'll change it for next year, right? And then I have another marigold right here, and then all through here I have pepper plants. So I think this is like 12 pepper plants. It's a lot of pepper plants. So we'll see how many peppers that we get out of this, but I think it'll be quite a few. So I don't know exactly. I have the tags throughout here, but I don't know exactly what everything is within these peppers. But I know in this area we have some bananas, peppers. Then we have some jalapeno peppers, which is like non-hot jalapenos, and then we also have some Jimmy Nardello peppers and some fish peppers, which are variegated, and they're just beautiful plants. So that's pretty much what's all in here. It's really crammed to the brim because I'm really trying to, like I said before, just get as much as I can out of this bed. Then if we come over to this in-ground area, we have our cherry tomatoes throughout here. So we have some Sweet Million cherry tomatoes, which is these two. We have some Mexico Midget, which is those three, our Mexico Midget. So that's what these are. And then we have some more Genovese basil. I think I want to plant something like right here, but I don't know what yet. I'm still thinking about that. I haven't really filled up these in-ground just because it doesn't get a whole bunch of sunlight, so it hasn't been my priority. Really, my priority has been filling up this half of the garden as much as I can, and then this I'm still filling up. I'm just not quite as much. So then on these, on this arch trellis, we have this down here is purple potted pole beans, which I've grown in the past and have loved. And then over here, we had purple potted like on this half, and then on the other half we had emerald pole beans. So funny story about that. I planted these beans, right? And then I have no clue what happened to the seeds. Like I've dug down like to see, okay, like what happened to the seeds, like why isn't anything sprouting? Because I planted it like a few weeks ago, and usually beans are really quick to sprout. And these have sprouted pretty fine, but this side, like I don't know what's wrong with it. I dug down and I don't know where the seeds went, so I'm gonna have to replant my pole beans because I don't know what happened. I literally only have one that sprouted. I don't know if like pill bugs, also known as roly-polies, I don't know if they like ate the seeds or something, because that's what they will do, is they'll eat your seeds. So I don't know if that was the case or what happened. But I really want to cover this trellis, so I think I'm gonna replant that and see if that works. Then over here in our another container, we have some more zinnias. We have polar bear zinnias on this side, and then we have pink senorita on this side. So I'm really excited for that. I think that's going to be really beautiful, and I really can't wait till this entire garden starts to fill out. I think it's going to be so beautiful. And lastly, I want to take a visit at this bed. I don't have a ton here. So for this bed, whenever I planted my squash and zucchini, I planted 2 per like spot, so that I guaranteed at least one seed germinated. And I didn't want to, and a lot of them, 2 of them came up. So a few of them I just snipped off, but a few of them I just retransplanted the extra one. So that's what these are. I actually did not like record which one is which, so I have no clue out of the 3 varieties over in my square bed what these are, but we're just gonna kind of see. Squash and zucchini aren't great about being transplanted because they don't really like their roots messed with. So if these will do well, I don't know. It's just kind of an experiment. But that's kind of how I am, like, okay, if we can get a crop out of this, great. If we can't, it's not that big of a deal. So that's kind of what's in this bed. And then as well, I have some nasturtiums. They're like this white variety. I don't know the exact variety, but they're like a white nasturtium, and I kind of have it planted along this corner. So that's kind of what's in that bed. So that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed my garden tour, and I hope you guys are glad to see videos again. I don't know exactly what my posting schedule will be, but I will keep you guys updated on that, and definitely make sure to keep a lookout for new videos, because I definitely am going to start posting again, getting back in the habit. But I'm really excited to be back, and if you are new here and haven't subscribed, please do, and stick around. We would love to have you, and make sure to like and comment to support my channel. Everything's appreciated. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!